so dreams to IndieGold, stories waiting to be told. Never give up and journey on. Power in play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise. Never give up and journey on. Power in play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I want to go back to bed. It's too early. It's too early. Come on, Nintendo. Why can't Nintendo make these directs like make them in the afternoon, dinner time, not breakfast time? Directs are around dinner time instead of breakfast time. You've been up all night. Come on. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, everyone. I appreciate you, especially if you are more to the west. You know, because the further to the west you go, the earlier it gets. Oh my God, 6 o'clock in the morning over in the west right now. It's 5 o'clock, 5 something a.m. over in the Pacific, towards the mountains, and I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do it. It's an abomination. You know, bring it up so early for 15 minutes of a direct. It's just crazy, Cupcakes. I don't know what to say. You know, it's a crazy thing. You know, it's just a crazy thing. What time is it? Time yet? Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. It's been in front of. Okay. All right. So, it's an indie direct. Thank you so much for being here this early, sharing some quality time here with me. I appreciate you wherever you're watching from. If you're watching from X, you're watching from YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm also on Facebook. And so thank you from wherever you are watching. If you are here right now, wherever you're watching, make sure to hit that either little heart next to the live stream or a like button, whatever it's present to you, and help and also help me share the stream. If you are here, click on that share there, because I know you have your personal favorite social media, whether it's Instagram, it's X or Twitter, it's Facebook, whatever. Share the stream with somebody, and help us share the word, help us spread the love and spread the positivity, because I'm pretty sure There's gonna be a lot of hate today, right? There's gonna be a lot of hate today during the IndieWorld showcase. Is if a particular game does not make the cut. All right, you can get ready for that. If there's a particular game that does not make the cut, there's gonna be a lot of haters out there talking down to IndieWorld. It already started. It already started. I've been looking at a lot of comments of people. Oh, it's just an IndieWorld showcase. I'm like, hello. Don't you know that indie games is where it starts? Indie game is where the revolution begins. Is where creativity is free, and these developers have their freedom to do what they want. They're not closed up in the little box of corporate or legalese or even fearing getting laid off. And most importantly, don't you know by now that you've heard a lot of these developers, these big companies, Microsoft, Xbox, all these big giant developers letting people go. Where do you think they end up? My friends, they end up in the indies because they start making their own games because they're tired of the companies laying them off. They're tired of the bureaucrats. They're tired of the red tape, and so they get laid off by the masses. Microsoft lays everybody off, and then where do they end up? They make their own games. They survive by becoming their own studios, right? They become their own studios. Studios from one developer, two developers, 10, 20, 30, 100 developers on their own. You know, that's where indies come from. Indies is not the lesser. Indies is the rebels. Indies the revolution. Indies where it starts. And so when you see an indie world showcase, know that these developers, man, they're pouring their hearts into every single game. They're pouring they're just everything into it, right? They're free to create. And that's why you see things in indie gaming that you don't see anywhere else. When every other company is following the cookie cutter product, right? Indie is out there looking for new, exciting ways to help you play video games. Okay? And the misconception with indies, misconception with indies is that you have to expect something. No. With indie developers, expect the unexpected. You have to have a hunter mind, like an adventurer mind. You have to go out there like Indiana Jones. You have to go out there and explore and find new treasure to play, right? And discover. You have to have that type of I don't know if you guys saw that movie in National Treasure, where they follow clues and they're looking for that big treasure. The indie world, the indie game community, that's why it's so exciting to be an indie fan, because you never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. And who doesn't like chocolates? I like chocolates. My friends, I am more fired up for an indie world than I am for a major regular direct. You know why? Because I love discovery. Because I love surprises. Because I love to experience the new instead of getting used to the what I'm used to, right? Don't get me wrong. I love the Mario. I love the Zelda, right? I do have my favorite Nintendo first party franchise because of how I grew up, because of how do I say this? I grew up with it. It's part of me. The nostalgia of things. But man, am I excited for indie games. I know what I'm going to get in a regular direct. I don't know what I'm going to get in an indie world showcase. And I'm sad that it's just 15 minutes. Yeah, give me those Cuphead emojis if you have them. Give me those Cuphead emojis if you haven't. If you remember, you got Cuphead emojis in there. So again, Indie World is where it's at. If you love discovery, if you want to go into the unknown, go into the unknown. That's where indie gaming is. You have to have an open mind filled with love of gaming and discovery. Not only that, but if you truly support developers, okay? Not the letterhead Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. No, if you truly support developers, the ones who create the games, the ones who they don't sleep, right? Because their imagination takes control of them and they cannot sleep until they get into their computers and start coding worlds for you guys to enjoy. And then they spend sleepless nights, worrying about how am I going to get this game out there? How am I going to get out there? And whether it's going to be through Indie World Showcase, whether it's going to be to Indie Mania, whether it's going to be through any other showcase. By the way, they're doing the work of God out there and making sure these indie games get a spotlight, right? It's these are exciting moments, man. I want to hype you guys up for Indie World because this is where it's at. This is where the discovery is made, right? And this is where we need to get excited for. So for the new, for the brand new. Everybody knows there's a new Mario coming. Everybody knows there's a new Zelda coming. Everybody knows that. There's no doubting that. But are you gonna find but are you excited to find that next brand new title that you never heard of before? Right? Maybe it's Lenny the lobster. I don't know. And then the lobster goes like this, and you have to kind of capture the little pellets and get a high score or whatever. I don't know. It's exciting to go into. What time is it? It's exciting to go into the indie industry with when you're going into the wild. You're gonna go this. You're gonna go into the thick of it. You're gonna turn yourself into an explorer of beauty, of games, of freedom, because that's what defines indies, right? A lot of people think that indies are just a smaller thing. No, indie, I want to share this. Let me share this right here because I gotta give a shout out to one of you'll see now. Let me go ahead and share this right here. Okay, let me go ahead and share this here really quickly. And I want to give a shout out to Nintendo Fangirl because she asked the right question, right? She asked the right question in this post here. And I want to read to you guys what she asked the right question here. All right, she goes, low-key, the thing I don't like about Indie World Directs is that I think indie games are poorly defined. All right, what size publisher is small enough? What size publisher is small enough to qualify as indie? Do games with massive cult followings count? Are we only showing games that wouldn't otherwise be seen? See, she's asking the right questions because she doesn't know how to properly define indie. What is indie games, right? Because sometimes we think about indie games, we think very small. We think that they're small developers. We think that they're developers who can't defend for themselves. No, that's not what indie is, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I went ahead and responded to them to her the definition of indies, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you here. It says that I can tell you after running Indie Mania for 2 years and speaking with developers from all walks of life and all sizes, an indie studio is defined by its independence, not its size. It's a team that self-funds, retains creative control, and operates without reliance on major publishers or external investors. While often small, Indie studios can range from solo developers to larger teams as long as they prioritize creative freedom and self-direction. Examples include Super Giant, right? You guys know Super Giant. You guys know Concord Ape, who maintain indie status despite success, right? And so, indie games is not the small thing. We might see an indie game here from a bigger major company in this indie world, right? And so, the indie world is I think it should be a little longer. I do think it should be the same length as they do either a direct meeting, which is 20 minutes, or 25, or partner showcase, which is 25 minutes to 30, right? 15 minutes is very tight, right? Like they say, they should have 15 minutes. They can send in an email, you know. So, man, again, I'm fired up for indie games, man. I'm fired up for Indie World, and I cannot wait to see what they show off. I'm an advocate for indie games. I'll be an advocate for life because, man, it starts in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Frozen Gamer. I'm like, wait, did it freeze? Frozen Gamer. It starts in 15 minutes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me go ahead and see if I get a quick shout out here. Shout out to Dan Mar. Thank you, Dan Mar. Shout out to Paul M. Shout out to Dream. Welcome, Dream. Shout out to Zelda Player. Shout out to Blue Moon. Shout out to Blue Moon. Shout out to There's the Gangsta. Shout out to Kong Donk. Shout out to Kinoak. Ami, welcome. And so everyone who hasn't commented, I can only see people who comment. Thank you so much for being here. You are more than appreciated. So, hey, shout out to Joshua09. Also, good morning. Shout out to Luco. Yeah, Indie World is where it's at, my friends. And when you go into the Indie World genre with an open mind and a mind to discover, it just becomes more exciting. Shout out to James Viperman. What's up, man? So, that's I want to make sure that we're all like in that same page. Don't go into Indie World looking forward to one game, right? Go into Indie World with the mind of discovery, right? You have to be open-minded to discover the next favorite title. Maybe you won't discover that big giant platformer or that big action adventure, but maybe you'll discover that next brand new game that you go to relax with, a laid back game. You know what? I found this during an Indie World, and it's become my comfort game that I go to every now and then to just relax, right? That I play in between big games like Mario, Zelda, and this like that, right? Maybe you'll discover that type of game in an Indie World. So, it's all about discovery. It's all about having an open mind. It's all about being excited for the developers who are getting back on their feet, because maybe they were laid off from a major company, and so you know what, they decide to take their future into their hands, and that's what indie is. It's about freedom of creativity, right? They fund their own video games, right? They don't rely on major publishers. They don't rely on like funding from outside. They fund their own games, and sometimes it takes them years to create a smaller game just because it comes from out of their own pockets, right? It's a group of developers passionate enough to let the creativity flow and not be bound by walls. It's just what the indie spirit is. And so, yeah, I am it's a decorating indie game. That is awesome. That is awesome. You see, indie gaming, it's everything, my friends. Everything. Like when I mean everything, is that it's not tied to one genre, right? It's not tied to one art style. It's not tied to one vision. It's not tied to what it's not tied to any walls. It's everything and anything. That's what indie is, right? And I think that that expression of freedom like that should be celebrated in a world like today, especially, right? In a world like today, it's so diverse, right? So free, and so indie gaming is. Let me make sure I don't go over the time, but we'll see it here. Let me go ahead and shut my music off because sometimes they have music. Okay, they're live now. They're live now, but it hasn't started yet. But let me go ahead and turn down my music here. Oh man, they should have like a little music playing in the background, like they did with the other partner showcase. We got right now we have 25,000 viewers at the Nintendo YouTube channel. Right, I know that for a Nintendo Direct, this could have been around 100,000 right now. 100,000 or more live viewers. And I can tell you that out of this 25,000 viewers, I'm here, right? There could be maybe half, more than half, that are there expecting this one game, the Hollow Knight Silk Song one, right? Let's put it out there, Hollow Knight Silk Song, you know, and it's there is no the in indie gaming. It transcends showcases. It can belong either in the indie world partner showcase or even a main direct. But there's something with Team Cherry though. There's something with Team Cherry there that they feel like they have transcended the indie world showcases or the indie industry, and they only want to be present in bigger stages. They want to be present on bigger stages, right? And so they make deals with Xbox. They make deals with Nintendo. They make deals with PlayStation to show up in their showcases rather than in indie world. So please, if you go into today's presentation, go in there without the expectation that Hollow Knight will be there. Um, it's a I personally, if I were in the Hollow Knight team, man, I would be in where I would be in it in the indie world, knowing that my game will put a spotlight on so many other indie games, right? Instead of trying to stand and I'm sorry, this is my personal opinion, right? On what I believe of the of that particular franchise, you know, if I have an indie studio and that indie studio is very successful, right? And knowing my indie heart, where I came from, how I struggled to get here, I would put my game where, and I'll take my spotlight and take it where I can help the most. I wouldn't put it next to a Mario game. I would put it next to another indie game so that spotlight can be brighter and that game can also shine as well, right? And so the scarcity, the rarity, or if that's a world, the rareness of Hollow Knight, right? The lack of communication over the years, like so many years, right? I know that they were even present in the last E3 or some sort of E3 in person, right? But man, I'm excited for indies. I hope you guys are excited as well, because we have to get excited for these developers. How many times do you hear? How many times do you hear? Oh, this developer, this major publisher company, Xbox, Microsoft, whatever, whomever. I haven't heard from Nintendo. Nintendo, what I've heard was the contracted employers They're not really employees from Nintendo. They are contracted by contractors. Their contracts have ended, and sometimes the media translate this as into layoffs. When Nintendo has been hiring more people, right? But on the other side, right? Not to throw shade, but we see a lot of layoffs. A lot of layoffs. They buy studios left and right, and they lay them off, right? And so, what's up, Sharon? What's up, Kong? What's up, Yvonne? And so, where do you think they end up? Where do you think these developers end up? They end up as indie developers because they take their future into their own hands and their creativity, right? And I think that because of that indie spirit, I think that we should, as a channel, at least here as a community, become an indie supporter, a supporter of indie games. Like our hearts for indie gaming and for these developers should grow 3 times its size. like, uh, yeah, I'm ready for Christmas. And so when you go into this Indie World Showcase, which is starting in about 6 minutes, open your hearts, guys. Open your minds. Okay? Don't go into this showcase with the expectation of just talking about in one particular game. If this game is there, great. It'll be fantastic because that spotlight can help other developers also get up on their feet. And so, my friends, I'm excited for this indie showcase. I hope you guys are excited too. And you see from the start. You see from the start. I am more excited for this indie world than I am for any other direct because these are the developers that come out of being laid off to getting back on their feet, to getting that fire lit under them, and they need you and your support, right? These are the same developers that you see that you might have cheered for when they had the Nintendo tag onto them, Xbox tag onto them, PlayStation tag onto them, and all of a sudden they get laid off and they go on their own to try to make a living and to try to keep their dream alive, and they become indie developers. And so that this is why we should support, and our fire should be lit under the indie industry because it's where creativity isn't bound by chains, isn't tied up, isn't given walls, isn't given rules. It's out there to shine and to be in the wild like a lion. Tell you. Get excited. Let me see those cuphead emojis. Get excited. Get excited for indie games. What is up, God Hunter? Welcome to the streams. To switch, not to switch. I like that name. Let's get excited for indie games, guys. Let's do this. Let's get excited for indie games. This is where it's at. This is where the creativity is born. Forget about Hollow Knight or one particular song. You see what I did there? Forget about Hollow Knight or one particular song. Let's enjoy the entire album, the entire CD. Oh my God, I'm so old. Let's enjoy the entire mixtape. The entire mixtape. And go in it with the mind and the heart of discovery. Okay? Like this morning. Okay? This beautiful morning. All right? We're all blessed to be here this morning. Gathered here around. In just about 4 minutes. I want you guys to renew your minds and to go into this indie world with a mind of discovery. Okay? All right, put that next Mario aside for a minute. Put that next Zelda right now for a minute and get excited for the unknown. I want you to put your discovery hats on, your Dora the Explorer backpacks, and become explorers, right? Next indie game that's gonna be in your little library there, right? It could be your next big favorite game of all time. It could be your next big game in the mid, or it could be your laid back game that you go back to every time in the downtime while you're playing in between AAA games. It's time to get excited. It's time to get hyped for indie gaming because these developers, man, nobody struggles like indie do. Nobody fights like indie do, right? If you want the hard, like the heart of a lion, if you want the heart of what do you call that? The rising up, not to the stream. Take my time, take my chances. Do. The oh my god, I'm singing the song, but I can't remember the name of it. Chat, tell me what the song. I am a tiger. Yes. If you want developers with the heart of and the eye of a tiger, IndieWorld is where it is, guys. Indie is where it is. This is where you find developers with heart and developers who don't have all the resources and tools of the bigger companies, but they stand up anyway. Right? This is what you find dreamers who don't sit around and waiting for the dream to come true. They go and fight for it and then make it into an indie world. Again, guys, it's so rare to make for an indie developer to get into indie world. I've spoken to developers who have applied their entire lives to be in an indie world and they never got into the indie world and they got rejected, right? They ended up shining better than ever in our Indie Mania showcase or in one of the other amazing indie showcases, right? But, you know, we have to celebrate them, guys. We have to celebrate this spirit and keep them alive, right? The Eye of a Tiger is present here. These developers are shooting high and 1 minute left. Let's go ahead. Let's go, guys. Let's do this. Let me go ahead and go into theater mode. Let's get the ball rolling. And it's about to start right now. It's about to start. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Miyamoto was an independent artist, I believe. That's man, that says a lot. That says a lot. Let's do this. Shovel Knight. Look at that, guys. Look how amazing that looks. Look how incredible that looks. That is awesome. That's
Hello, everyone, and welcome to IndieWorld. I'm Ariko.
And I'm Tyler. We're back to showcase a batch of new indies coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
Let's do it.
Since the launch of Nintendo Switch, indie games have brought us fresh perspectives, unique styles, and taken us on unforgettable adventures.
The support of these independent developers means there's something to play for everyone. We can't wait to discover what new experiences talented indie developers around the world are bringing to both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
And without further ado, let's dive into some titles for Nintendo Switch.
Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. That is beautiful. Woo! Slingshot. Look at that, man. That's incredible. Well Dweller. That game
Bom,
looks
eu sou o
awesome.
Pedro, artista e designer do Neverway.
Eu sou Isadora, programadora e escritora do jogo. Quando começamos a fazer o Neverway, nós nos inspiramos em vários elementos de jogos que a gente
Brazil in the
ama,
house.
e nisso tentamos criar algo único.
A gente também notou como que usar contraste deixa as experiências muito mais fortes. Uma cena de terror, por exemplo,
Eu
é
falo
muito mais
por- eu falo
impactante logo
portunhol.
depois de algo acolhedor.
Fala
Esperamos que
português.
isso torne o mundo de Neverway muito mais vivo para vocês, e que vocês gostem do que vamos mostrar hoje.
You falo
You
portunhol.
ever want to quit your job, move to a farm, and become the immortal herald of a dead deity?
Oh my god.
Sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
It sounded intriguing to Fiona too, who hopes to survive this unusual set of circumstances in Neverway,
Wow.
nightmarish life sim RPG, co-created by the pixel artist of Celeste, with an original soundtrack from the composer for Fez and Hyperlight Drifter.
Nightmarish?
Don't worry, these circumstances come with
Hey.
a sword that Fiona uses to explore and fight through the Neverway.
like the
An
Master
alternate
Sword.
reality leaking into her own.
That sounds intense. Is she alone?
Not at all. Along the way, she'll meet a variety of charming characters, each with their own unique routines and story to follow. Befriend, romance, or deceive them to unlock buffs and combat abilities to help you on your journey.
Wow.
Okay, I might have to give this immortal herald thing a whirl.
Answer the call, persist through this deadly dimension, engage in fast-paced combat, and pay off your debt when Neverway descends onto Nintendo Switch next year.
2026. Ooh, look at this. Here we go. That was beautiful. It's like a herd. Very nice.
From the publisher of Firewatch comes Herdling, a new adventure from the creators of the acclaimed Far series. In this tale of beauty and companionship, guide a herd of mysterious creatures
Very
into the
nice.
mountains and beyond.
The journey will be challenging but breathtaking as you traverse fog-wreathed forests, forgotten valleys, and snowy plateaus.
As you cross these diverse biomes, discover
Very nice.
more of the fabled beasts known as calicorns and add them to your herd.
You'll also encounter eerie dangers, formidable obstacles, and environmental puzzles as you climb higher and forge your way to the mystery at the summit.
Wield your staff to guide the calicorns and join their exhilarating stampedes.
Embark on a tale of trust and survival when Herdling climbs onto Nintendo Switch August 21st. Pre-orders begin later today
There you
on
go.
Nintendo eShop.
First game here for 2025. Awesome.
Window seat or aisle?
Ooh.
Window, booth, or table?
This game is
Ooh.
beautiful.
Lone wolf or life of the party?
Ooh, now that's a tough one.
That is so nice.
Those are the types of decisions you'll have to make in this pleasant puzzle game where you organize groups of people according to their preferences. You're in charge of who sits where.
Play seating matchmaker to please picky characters by
Yeah.
dropping them into social situations and watching them react.
I love it.
Discover each character's unique traits. From the
Oh my
relatable
God, I
to the
love this.
outlandish. Everyone has a seat at the table.
Piece together these satisfying puzzles at your own pace and unlock fun new scenarios like bus rides, banquets, limo rides, and more. Sit back,
They got movie
relax,
theaters,
and find
restaurants.
the perfect spot for everyone in. Is this seat taken?
I love
Launching
it.
on Nintendo
Today,
Switch later today.
I'm gonna get that game for sure. That's like a laid back, relaxed
Your
game.
favorite big city
There you go.
just got even bigger.
Kitty the City.
That's right. Little Kitty Big City is back with a free update, chock full of brand new opportunities for mischief.
Use the cat customizer to give your kitty a fresh new look, or even recreate your favorite fur ball.
Once you're looking meowvelous, head out into the city to explore new areas, make new friends, and check in on some familiar faces.
I love
Get
it.
your paws dirty as you learn skills from your puppy pal, or strut your stuff for the fanciest feline celebrity in the whole wide city.
I
With
love
a
it.
catwalk like that, it's a good thing you can also unlock additional camera mode features to capture it all.
Say cheese!
That's not a cat pun.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Little Kitty Big City free picture perfect update
Available.
launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Nice.
We hope you're looking forward to the Nintendo Switch games you just saw.
Next up, let's take a look at some indies bound for Nintendo Switch 2.
Woo!
Hey, we're back!
Back and under attack.
What? Ah! Put on a brave face, squad up with your friends, and hop into the diving bell as you try to go viral in the online co-op horror game. Content warning.
Grab your camera, courage, and cursed items for some shenanigans down in the depths of the old world.
Man.
Film as many happenings as possible before you run out of breath, batteries, or buddies.
As long as one of you makes it back to the surface, you can upload your footage to SpookTube, grab some popcorn, and watch the views roll in.
You've got 3 days to hit your view quota. More eyeballs equal more moolah. And the more ad revenue you can generate, the better gear you can acquire for your next run. What could possibly go wrong?
Fame and misfortune await in Content Warning, coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch next year.
Nice. Nice. I was
Hi, I'm
looking
Kenny
for
Sun, and today I'm excited to share Ball Pit. It's an action roguelite that fuses elements inspired by some of my favorite games, like Hold Down, Vampire Survivors, and Loop Hero.
Nice.
I'm working with an amazing team of artists who have brought the world to life with a beautiful low polypixel art style, as well as composer Amos Roddy, whose pulse-pounding soundtrack locks you into the rhythm of the action. We can't wait to share with you all.
Time to have a ball in the brand new survival roguelite, Ball Pit.
In the ruins of old Balbalon, you'll battle through auto-scrolling levels with brick-breaking style attacks using a bevy of balls that bounce around the battlefield.
Whew. You better believe it. There are over 60 randomized balls to equip and combine during your journey. Experiment with powerful and unexpected synergies to blast your way through the pit.
Collect resources as you progress to build out new Balbalon with over 70 distinct buildings, earning you additional power-ups, bonuses, characters, and more.
Each region of the pit offers its
Game
own
looks
special
awesome.
set of hazards, on top of swarms of increasingly challenging foes and mighty screen-filling bosses. This pit is packed.
Fortunately,
awesome.
you'll meet other treasure hunters along the way who can add their individual skills and upgradable
Nice, right?
powers to your arsenal.
Experimentation and adaptation are crucial to the success of new Balbalon.
Look at
So
this.
go out and create total chaos against the approaching hordes in Ball Pit, bouncing its way onto Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
2 this fall and Nintendo Switch October 15th.
That's awesome. Okay. Wow. 8 players. 8 players. Cross-platform. I love it. Hey. Winter.
スタジオスノブラインドの渋谷です。
音楽担当とのぬです。
カイです。
グレイシャドウは私のホームである北海道の豊かな生態系や寒冷な気候からインスピレーションを受けて生まれました。
音楽ではその世界に共鳴すべく声も多用して情景を描きました。
自然にインスパイアされた、それでいて JRPG 的なスパイスの効いたアクションゲームです。遠い未来の海に住む海鳥の市場として、彼らの視点で展開する物語を楽しんでください。
Let's see it.
65 million years in the future, the Everwinter has encased Earth within a permanent layer of ice. But under the surface, a new chapter unfolds.
In Glaciered, you play as a Twi, an evolved avian species descended from dinosaurs, endowed with the abilities needed to protect the Everwinter oceans.
These stunning underwater worlds are full of mysteries that are waiting to be explored and defended.
As you swim through these scenic vistas, you'll engage ferocious marine beasts in real-time combat.
Wow.
Unleash melee and ranged attacks, along with special abilities to fell these foes.
Use experience gained from these battles to build up your Twi's wings and various abilities to become the Everwinter's ultimate protector.
Get ready to soar the seas at the end of time in Glaciered, launching as a timed console exclusive on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this holiday.
Fully underwater RPG game.
Before we go, let's check out a few more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Montage. I was trying to download the Is This Sea Taken on my Switch, but it's not available. Collage. Come on. One more game. I'm guessing they get one more game.
That's all for today's IndieWorld. We hope you enjoyed the games in today's showcase.
A big thank you, as always, to our indie community and partners for bringing their craft, adventures, and imaginations to players on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Follow our official IndieWorld account to stay up to date on the latest news from IndieWorld.
Until next time, happy gaming!
That's listen, guys, listen. There was a lot of games out there that were very, very good. Okay, a lot of them are for let's go back to the presentation. Let's do a quick recap of all the games that I mentioned here. Again, I think 15 minutes is just too not that long for an indie showcase. You're right. Like, if they're gonna just dedicate 15 minutes, if they're gonna dedicate just 15 minutes to an indie world, then why so little time when there are so many games out there that could share the spotlight, right? This first game here, it gives me like a kind of like a Zelda type of game with a mouse, right? And so reminds me a lot of A Link to the Past, art style wise, right? Game mechanic wise, we have a little castle there. The mouse character here looks very nice, right? So this game looks great. Let's see if we can get the title. So Mina the Hollower launches on October 31st, 2025 on Halloween, which looks very, very good, right? And so again, for those of you saying that the direct wasn't good, you were going into the direct with expectations. That is rule number 1 that you do not break, right? Go into an indie world showcase without expectation. Go with it with the open heart, open mind, and a spirit of discovery. That's what you do for indie worlds, because indies are not like main showcases. You don't go there looking for the next Mario for the expected. When you go to an indie, when you go to a regular direct, you know what to expect. right? You know what to expect. But when you go into an IndieWorld showcase, you need to have a mind filled with discovery, like a heart of discovery. Okay, not saying, oh, because Hollow Knight wasn't there, because Hades wasn't there. That's not the spirit we go to. Hollow Knight, Hades, they don't need this spotlight anymore. They basically don't. They don't need IndieWorld showcases anymore. They can release on their own social medias, and with their fan base already, and with the media already paying attention to them. If Hollow Knight drops today, outside of an Indie Direct, you can bet your bottom dollar that every major outlet will share that news. Now, do they really need the spotlight of an Indie World showcase? Hades 2, if it drops right now, do you think every content creator is not going to cover that game? Or Xbox, PlayStation, and even Nintendo on their social media? You know, there are some games that have grown so much, right, that they might not need to be present on a showcase, right? And so when you go into an indie world, when you go into an indie mania, when you go into an indie game presentation, you go into with the spirit of discovery and finding what to play that you have not yet seen before, right? And so right now we have Mina the Hollower coming in October. It looks like a really great game. We also have another game here. Look at this one. Take a look at this one. For those of you who are looking forward to Hollow Knight, right? Look at this one. Take a look at this game here. Look at that. Look at that game. Look at that beautiful game. In the same art style as Hollow Knight. In the same art style. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful story. Look at the graphics, right? It's a brand new game that you can dive into. It's called Slingshot. Look at that. Well, it's not called Slingshot. That's one of the mechanics. Look at the enemies. Look at this game, my friends. Well Dweller coming in 2026. Okay? Coming in 2026. It's a game by Kyle Thompson, a single developer. A game by Kyle Thompson. Shout out to Kyle Thompson, a single developer. I'm gonna reach out and have him on the show and see if we can talk to him for a little bit, interview him. Kyle Thompson created Well Dweller, a game that it's beautiful, all right, and it has the same spirit as Hollow Knight. It's a really good game, right? It's a single developer game. You know, looks fantastic. You got here some amazing developers from Brazil. Eu falo português, falo português. And so here they have their game.
Want to quit your job?
Kind of looks like Celeste a little bit, right?
Become the immortal herald of a dead deity?
Has like a Celeste feel to it, right?
Circumstances come with a sword that
Look at that. It looks like the Master Sword mixed in with the sword from is it Thundercats? A Thundercats Master Sword and He-Man all together into one. Right? He-Man, Thundercats, and the Master Sword from Zelda all into one. By the power of Grayskull. Look at that, even with the eye on it. Am I too old? Am I too old for you guys? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Reality leaking into her own.
That sounds
Am I too old for you guys? Am I talking nonsense? Hurdling is another game. Man, amazing, beautiful graphics, right? If you like realistic and 3D realistic graphics and like, you know, exploration of a world, Hurdling is another one that's just, it looks phenomenal, right? I'm like, How can you downplay all these amazing games just because that one game that you're used to already is not there? Not old. I agree, Sarah. That's not old. That's not even old yet. We're halfway through life, right, Sarah? We're just halfway. We're halfway. We just start living. What are you talking about? Hurdling is just so beautiful, man.
New adventure from the creators of the
Look at this. If you in a way, it reminds me a little bit of what do you call that game? Or the show? HBO, The Last of Us, a little bit without the zombies. And you get to help some animals reach from point A to point B and travel through somewhere.
In this tale of beauty and companionship, guide a herd of mysterious creatures.
Shout out to Blue Moon for the 38 membership. 38 months. Wow. My God, Blue, thank you so much for your support over the years. I appreciate you. That's nearing already 2 years. Is it 20? 20? That's more than 2 years. That's more than 2 years. 38, 24. Look at me. I'm bad with math. But man, 3 years and 2 months. That's insane. That's insane. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Look at this game, man.
The journey will be
look at it. Look,
breathtaking as you traverse fog-wreathed forests, forgotten valleys, and snowy.
This is a beautiful game, man. This is just beautiful.
These diverse biomes, discover more of the fabled beasts known as calicorns. And
Calicorn.
add them to your herd.
You'll also encounter eerie dangers, formidable obstacles, and environmental puzzles as you.
I would like to know more about this game. Like when it comes to the world, what happened? Does the character have to help these animals, right? Through are there other characters as well? There's a lot to discover in this game by itself. This game right here is the one that I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna pick up today.
So please pick your character.
Look at this. I love this. I love this. All right. You have a setting. You have a setting of different. First thing, the art style looks beautiful. It looks amazing, right? You have a setting, different settings. You have a theater, you have a restaurant, you have a diner, you have a limo. There's so many settings, right? And then this is all about social anxiety a little bit. about socializing, right? You sit these little characters next to each other, and then they bond with each other. They either fight or they bond or they have like these two are having fun and smiling and laughing, right? Because they're in the theaters. But
by dropping them into social situations and watching them react.
Discover each character's unique.
Look at the body language of this guy. Look at him. All right. Look at the body language, right? And then watch what happens when you pair them with somebody else.
From the relatable
You see?
to outlandish, everyone has a seat at the table.
Piece together these satisfying puzzles at your own pace.
Look at this.
And unlock fun new scenarios like bus rides, banquets.
Oh, wait a minute. There was another piece of the game here that I didn't know. There's okay, so we have little we got the little statues here without their heads, right? And we have to put the right heads on the statue so that they can become happy. See, look, no, that's not the right one. You see? I mean, it's creative. It's very nice. Look at the bus. Banquets, limo rides.
Sit back, relax, and find the perfect spot for everyone in. Is this seat taken? Launching on Nintendo Switch later today.
Yeah, still October.
Your favorite.
You guys know this game already, right? You see, there's the familiar game there.
That's right. Little Kitty Big City is back with a free update.
There is a familiar game already.
Use the cat customizer.
All right, so we know little cat Big City. There's this other one that kind of creepy. I'm not into horror games that much, but hey, for those of you who are. I mean, it starts out nice. Look, it's a nice little world there, right? It's got like pastel colors and stuff. Nice art style. It looks like a painting. If you take snapshots of it, it looks like a painting. And then when you go into these little areas and you find like little. I mean, look at that! Look at that!
You've got 3 days to hit your view quota.
Oh, okay. So you are. Oh, I see it. This is creative. I like it. Look. You are a YouTuber in the spooky genre. Okay, look at this. You are a YouTuber in the spooky genre, and you have to upload your video to SpookTube, right? And then you have to also try to grow your audience by making spooky videos. You see that I love. I love it. It's funny. It's relatable. Yeah. So this is hilarious, man. This is just funny.
More eyeballs equal more moolah. And the more ad revenue you can generate, the better gear you
Yeah, this game looks like super fun. Wait, do you draw your own face?
And the more ad revenue you can generate, the better gear you can acquire.
Like I see look. Do you draw your own face, or do you pick from these little faces here? Because that's hilarious too.
For your next run. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
misfortune await in content warning coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch next year.
I love it. I love it.
Hi, I'm Kenny Sun, and today I'm excited to share Ball Pit.
You pick a
An
face.
action roguelite that uses elements inspired by some of my favorite games, like Hold Down, Vampire Survivors, and Loop Hero. I'm working with an amazing team of artists who have brought the world to life with a beautiful low polypixel art style, as well as composer Amos Roddy, whose pulse-pounding soundtrack locks you into the rhythm of the action.
60 randomized balls.
I mean, look at this game.
On top of swarms of increasingly challenging foes and mighty.
You know, every game, Ball Pit.
And Nintendo Switch, October 15th.
October 15th. That's only 3 days before my birthday. After my birthday. You know, we have another game here with multiplayer, 8-player mode, which it looks awesome. A lot of chaos. I love chaos. I love it. On Switch and Switch 2 in this winter, 2025. And then we have this other game that is it's an RPG game, JRPG, that takes place underwater. Very interesting. You know, Player S is gonna get into it.
You'll engage ferocious marine beasts in real-time combat.
JRPG underwater, all of it underwater, which is super interesting. And then at the end, we got a little collage of video games that are coming to Switch. In that collage, we got that one, which looks like a storybook adventure, like for books and stuff. Nice art style. We have another one for coding. Very nice. It looks like it looks like code to me. You got this other one, drag and drop game. Discovery maybe. Ooh, why didn't they show this one more? Opus Prism Peak. Opus Prism Peak. You see, like these games could have. This direct didn't have to be just 15 minutes. This collage could have been expanded and giving us more information about these little titles here. Opus Prism Peak. That game looks awesome. You know, look at this. Look at that game. Come on. Why didn't they give us more time with this? Why a collage, Nintendo? Why a little collage for these little games at the end? Why not give us more information on these games? Why a little collage? Were you in a hurry? I mean, 15 minutes more of a showcase. It's not that bad. Include more games or give us more information on these. right? You know, there are a lot of beautiful games out there. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that game. Look at this one. Come on. Go Town. Go Town. It's by Colt Games. Right? Look at this. These games look. It's like a little Animal Crossing type of a cozy game. This game could have used more time in the direct. Right? 15 minutes was just like a little bit of an insult for these indie developers. 15 minutes when they could have just given each of these games their time. There weren't that many announcements. They could easily expanded this direct to make it a 25-minute one, and then provided these games a little more time, other than just including them in a little montage. You know, Go Town looks amazing. Look at that. Come on. UFO 50. Come on. I love this game. It reminds me of Kung Fu from NES. The sound effects. Man, you see? They could have given us more time with those games. Right, I'm going to go ahead and come over here real quick here. Do a little loop. Let's see here. Actually, this is the presentation with the live. Let me refresh my page here. Maybe they cut it down already. Okay, they did. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of leave that in the background there. There. No, that's not it. There. Yeah, I mean, they could have given us a little more time with those games. Can I share my heart with you guys? Can I share my heart with you guys? Sometimes I'm scared too. Like I sometimes I cannot be honest with you. Sometimes I'm scared, to be honest. And I know a lot of you out there, like I've tried behind the scenes to motivate me, to push me, to be honest, and to share more of me, right? Share more of the person, right? Share more of the heart, share more of what goes through my head. Sadly, we live in a world, or we are, or the world is becoming a place where good, right, is it's kind of losing its meaning, right? People are redefining the word good, and we're kind of in the type of world where we kind of lose track of what, we lose track of what good really is, like, and so people tend to gather, and they tend to, like magnets, get attracted more towards drama, get attracted more towards creativity. I'm not creativity, negativity. I'm sorry. I'm scared to even say this. um, people nowadays, and this is one of the reasons why my channel is dying. By the way, this is one of the reasons why I might not be around for a long time. Although my work personally will not be done, but I feel like I'm losing my place in YouTube because I'm not dramatic enough, because I'm not negative enough, because I don't bring drama to myself or to my channel, because I'm too positive, because and some people view that as like I'm like, just because when here's a question. If the lights go out, what do you reach for? If the lights go out, what do you reach for? Do you reach for more darkness, or do you reach for that flashlight? Or do you find the candle to light that room up? If the lights go out, what do you go for? What do you reach for? Do you open a window? Or do you try to find more light? Sadly, the lights are going out. And for some reason, people, and I'm sorry, I didn't plan this. I don't know why I'm saying this. But for some reason, people, instead of reaching for that light, they're just gathering in the dark. And instead of, sometimes there are reasons behind why they prefer to be in the dark than go for the flashlight. Maybe they want to make sure that they want to hang out with people who feel the same way as them, instead of trying to find the light and to say, hey, this can be better. We can be better. Right? Things can get better. Things will improve. I bet you if I start a channel and I do nothing but complain, and I do nothing but moan, and I do nothing but fight, and I do nothing but treat others with like crap, or call out other creators. There's a lot of content there. Trust me. My channel will be blowing up. But because I choose to be positive, because I choose to be to at least have light on this end, because I choose to tell you that you're not alone, because I choose to tell you that, hey, while you still have a breath, it's not over. You will come out strong on the other end. That's what my channel is where it is. Can I be honest with you? Last year in the summertime, I did a live stream. And this is where it all started going down the hill on the channel. Let me tell you where it all started going down the hill. Okay? So last year in summer, I did a live stream. And towards the end of the live stream, and I remember I was just talking because I like to share my heart with you guys, and I realize that not everybody has it all together, right? Sometimes you're having a bad day, and if you cross one of my videos, if you cross one of my live streams, and if I could just for a minute, just distract you from that, and or help you in any way, shape, or form, and then I can, and give you just a little bit of light, a little bit of hope. I'm gonna do it, right? And so I remember I was asked in one of my live streams, and maybe some of you can remember this. Last year in the summer, I was asked why, why do I spend my time? Why am I so positive? Why am I so, why do I why do I carry myself the way I do? And I wasn't shy about it. I said, hey, can I tell you the truth? It's because I have Jesus in my heart. It's because I'm a Christian. It's because I'm a believer, and that carries me over, and I grew up this way, and I want to treat others with respect, and no matter who you are, where you come from, I want to live a life where I could be inspiring to other people, no matter who they are, what they choose to do with their lives. It doesn't matter who you are, what you choose, or who it doesn't matter. If you come across this channel, I want you to be inspired, and I want you to feel welcome, no matter who you are, what you do, and what. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have a heart like I do, you have a mind like I do, and you love video games like I do, and you're welcome here. And I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you don't come here to critique or to yell or whatever, and you just come here to have a great time. And so that live stream, that's where it started. There was a group out there. They first started sending me emails, right? And they started calling me names. They started calling me names, and just kind of, and then I don't know how, but they must have gathered a group of people, or a group, and they started mass reporting my channel, and it's been going on for a year. So for it to get to this point, I just realized it when it was too late. But they've been reporting my channel for a year now. It's like they made it a mission to destroy my channel. And just because I choose to be light, there's no way for me to know that it was happening, so I can block them or report them. I didn't know that was happening. Because I didn't do anything to deserve it. Like I didn't do anything to call on it, and the worst thing you can do to somebody is do something behind their back when they don't know it, and by the time they find out, it's too late, right? And so it is what it is, right? On top of that, and this hurts me a little more. Is that you guys know, you guys have seen me in other places other than here, right? You guys have seen me in other places other than my own channel, and what I brought to, and everything that I do to help my fellow content creators. Like everything that I do from the bottom of my heart without expecting anything in return, right? Like I've given a couple of my friends channel makeovers, right? Like I did their graphics, their logos. I revamped their channels to make sure that they succeed because I care about them, right? And I wanted to see them succeed. Throughout this entire ordeal, I've been alone. Throughout this entire ordeal, I've been completely alone when it comes to content creators out there. I have my crew, my podcast crew. They've been my lifeline. Like you don't know. If it weren't for them, man. If it weren't for Joycey, Paul, Josh, it I wouldn't. I don't think I would be here right now. And when it comes to people outside, like content creators, people who they're right now. They're my closest friends. Joycey, Paul, Josh. You know, when it comes to other people, but you know, and then there are other great people around, like Nintendo Land. He reached out and he, you know, offered his support. He came on the cast. Nintendo Talk, he reached out, you know, offered his support. He came on the podcast the other day, right? And you know, it's a thing, you know. And then there's also Blue, Jan, my oldest moderators on the channel. You know, anybody who's volunteered to be a mod on this channel, right? Pushing, and helping, and try to do everything they can within their power to help me on this like trial, right? It's a journey, right? That has really tested that motto, never give up, and journey on, right? And so I'm grateful for the podcast crew. I'm grateful for the moderators, right? I'm grateful for a lot of you who have subscribed to this channel and just like opened your heart to me and poured your support, right? And so I'm even I've heard about somebody called Angry Gelante or whatever, Vigilante. I think he made a video on that. I appreciate that so much too, you know. I heard that he normally he normally calls out I haven't seen his videos. I don't know, because I don't, first thing, sadly I can't watch a lot of videos on YouTube just because of my disability. My eyesight is bad. So the more time I spend on my content creating, the better. I do research and stuff like that, but I don't watch YouTube a lot, you know. And so apparently there was a creator out there who spends time, who does these type of videos calling out Nintendo fans or whatever. I don't know. But they took time to stick up for this channel. And that's, I mean, that has to be that has to be God, man, you know, because if their entire content is calling out Nintendo YouTubers, but then they chose to defend me. I'm like, I mean, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm extremely grateful for any kind of support out there, and I appreciate everyone, right? But I just wanted to make a point that the reason why the channel is where it is because I choose to be positive, and because I choose to be light, and because I choose to not to dwell, right? Not to dwell. And do you know why? Like, for example, let's put an example. Do you guys know who Robin Williams was? You guys know what Robin Williams was? Huh? So do you know what Robin, who, you guys know who Robin Williams was? Anybody else know who Robin Williams was? He was a huge Zelda fan. Yeah. Yeah, so much that he named his daughter Zelda, right? It wasn't Jumanji, yeah. Robin Williams was, like, to me, one of the most gifted, incredible actors and artists out there today. Like, not today, but in time. Guys, as a comedian, he man, just brilliant. Morgan Mindy, I remember that. Brilliant, right? I remember in an interview they asked him about his comedy, about his uplifting attitude, about his how he treated people, about how just full of love and full of laughter, and they always saw him just kind of being so great and uplifting, right? You know, listen, you know what he said? Every I think every joke or every laughter or every act that he made to, you know, every act that he made came from a place of darkness in his own life. He suffered with depression. He suffered from low self-esteem. He suffered from a lot in his own personal life, and he chose to turn that around and bring laughter and joy to the world through his talents, right? And the same is true for a lot of comedians. A lot of comedians out there, they in their own personal lives, they suffer from depression or sadness or something that happened to them, and you know they have a lot of internal stuff going on, right? And so there is a lot that that was going on in their personal lives. So they chose to be light. They chose to be light. They chose to share laughter into the world instead of drama, right? And I think that that's something that the world needs more, right? Somehow turn, you know, what could be negative into something positive, something that could be petty into something just uplifting, something that could be darkness into light. And darkness doesn't always have to stay darkness. You know, we could choose to be the bigger person. We could choose to say, you know what, I'm going through this, but I'm not going to share this. I'm going to turn this into something good that could help somebody else, right? And so, believe it or not, confession time. That's why I do it. You know, that's why I do it. I have suffered from depression, even recently. You know, I have suffered from self-esteem issues. I have suffered a lot of loss, pain, right, in my life. As a child, I went through a lot of trauma. And so, you know, if I were to continue the path, if I were to continue to, you know, the take that and just bottle it up and help make that my own, right? Then imagine the kind of person I would have been now. You know? Like you know, I've been through it, guys. I've been through. With me with my brothers and my mom, and you know we've been through it. We were homeless for 2 years. I was homeless for 2 years. You know, we ended up. I remember this vividly. We ended up one time, in a motel, not a hotel, a motel. My mother and my brothers. It was my mom, myself, and my three brothers. My sister was out at the time, and we ended up there with no money. My mom only had enough money to buy one hamburger because we were across the street from Burger King. And and what she did was she bought it and then she split it in half in 4 pieces. And you know, she split it in half in 4 pieces. So, she split it in half in 4 pieces. And she gave it to us. Right? She she gave it to us. And so, there are even more stories that I could tell you guys how I grew up. And when I was, I don't even know what to say that one because it's pretty strong. But maybe one day I'll share it with you. All I can say is that I saved my dad's life when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And I still remember it till today. And yeah, we the reason why I choose to be who I am is because I came out on the other end stronger because I chose not to give up, right? And on top of that, I have it's me and I have 4 other brothers, a sister and 4 other brothers. And out of all of us, I'm the only one with a disability with my eyes don't work, right? And so, yeah, I've been dealt that hand. But I never in my life have I shown my family or my daughters weakness. Because when you are dealt a hand, it's because you are stronger than it. When there's a situation that comes your way, is because you are stronger than that situation. It's not because you're weak, it's because you're strong. It's because you can handle it. It's because you can overcome it. And that is just a test. And the thing is that you will come out stronger on the other end. You will come out stronger. Not only are you strong enough to overcome it, but you will also come out stronger on the other end. And I think that's something that's lost in society nowadays. Instead of dwelling in your own, like in dwelling in whatever you're going through, if you choose to focus, to fight and to get up on your feet and not only use your dramatic situations or your trial as something that could not only inspire you, those around you, but anybody else you come across with, they can see a side of you. I think that we could all head into a right direction, but right now, people are more interested because I understand that if I have a certain feeling, I feel down today. I would feel better if I could hang out with other people who feel down today, also who are down in a, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes people find comfort in hanging out or gathering around others who feel the same way, not knowing that if that a person who is maybe, let's say in my situation, choosing to spread light and love and how to overcome, maybe already went through the same exact thing you're going through, and maybe that person has a key for you to open that what you think is an unlockable door, right? Maybe that person can share something with you that you have not thought about yourself, and it could help you get out of that feeling, help you see life a different way, because we've all suffered. We've all suffered. I'm pretty sure we've all suffered loss in family members, spouses, betrayal, all that stuff. Is that's what life is. And so, I feel like because I choose to be this way on my channel, because I choose to ignore the drama of the world, and to hopefully try to be a distraction and a little bit of light from it, then people don't want that nowadays. People are looking for comfort and gathering around those others who could say, just keep repeating the same negative and like spiteful things over and over again, just because they are not alone in that feeling. And so if you try to gather around someone or people who are stuck in that type of negativity or darkness, then how are you ever going to get out of it? How are you ever going to get better and improve, right? And this is also have to do with a lot of people, in the mental health society, right? If you gather around other sick people, how are you ever going to get better? You have to find and fight and find someone who's been through the thick of it and has come out on the other end, and you have to grab onto that person for dear life and say, hey, how did you do it? Help me out. You know what I mean? Because when we have that, instead of hanging out with others who just because it feels relatable, we need to find light. Yeah, we need to find light. We need to find more light. Yeah, you're right. Negativity attracts more negativity. Yeah, and equally positivity attracts more positivity. And I would say, hopefully, anybody who's used to a lot of negativity could say, hey, I'm just tired of all the negativity, and I want more positivity in my life, and learn how to, learn how to first self-admit, because nobody can be helped that doesn't want to be helped. So you need to first admit, hey, I got issues. Like I do, right? Like everybody does. Like, I got issues, man. I want to get out of this. I want to get better. I want to improve my life. I want tomorrow I want that sun to shine a little more. Let me open up the shades so that sun can come into the room a little more, right? I want this room to be brighter than it is. And so first you have to want to do it. You have to want to, move on, and you want to have to be light, that comes from inside, and it takes bravery and strength to do that, to overcome. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot. And so what I'm going to do, guys, is like I said, I promise you, I'm gonna stick around for as long as I can as a content creator here on YouTube. Doesn't mean if I one day I'm not here, doesn't mean I gave up. Doesn't mean I quit. Doesn't mean it means that maybe YouTube is no longer a place for me. Because there's also the algorithm out there who that pushes certain type of content And YouTube is no longer about creativity. You know, YouTube is no longer about creativity. And in many ways, the bigger creators kind of did mess with YouTube a lot before. YouTube was about you being you and people finding you for you and relating to you. Now, YouTube is about creators trying to find how to get into the cracks and find ways to succeed. And sometimes that even means forgetting who you really are and becoming what the system wants you to become. You know? So, but I promise you guys that as long as I live, as long as I'm here, I will try to keep this channel as negative, as drama free as possible. And I'm also going to remove anything, you know, because I don't, there's enough drama in the world. I don't need it here on the channel. I want this place to be a place where everybody can come here from all walks of life, any age, right? If you are watching, you can watch with your kids. If you are chatting, you can chat with your kids. Got my chat over here. It's kind of small. Can't really read it yet. But, you know, that's how I choose to live my life. That's how I choose to live my life. And so I appreciate everyone in the channel who loves this channel and me for what it is, right? I promise to push forward to continue making good content, to try to improve every single day more and more, right? There's only so much I can do on my own. You know, I have limits, and I'm gonna need outside help to push through a little more. I'm trying to see if I can get an editor, although, you know, I have to come from my dime because I don't have any, the channel doesn't make any revenue. Just our members, the members on the channel right now are my lifeline right now. Every member on the channel are the lifeline, are my lifeline right now, and that's why I'm still alive on the channel. You know, because of the members who support the channel as a member. That's the only lifeline we have. We made. I went from making at least $1,000 a month on the channel, which was crazy helpful on you know, and helpful for the community, you know, to help with my bills, food on the table, pay for gas, electricity, everything, to under like 200, under 200, and because of the members. And so as long as I have my members on the channel and everything, I know that I can continue to push forward, and I appreciate every one of you who decides to support this journey. You guys know that I've never been that kind of person to push super chats or members or have. I feel like I like to give more than I receive, and if I in any way, if there's a member that joins the channel, I want to feel like that person is joining because they enjoy what they see and they appreciate what they see, right? And even those who can't afford to become a member, you know, with just showing up on the video and is watching the entire video, because watch time is everything, guys. Watch time is everything. Watch time. That's, forget about everything else. Watch time is what makes a channel and what breaks a channel. If you come by and you say, let me just stop by and like the video and leave, that is what destroys the channel. And I know YouTube doesn't do a lot to educate viewers on how to support their favorite creators, but that's why I want you to know that watch time. YouTube is looking for a way to keep you here. You are YouTube's priority. I am not YouTube's priority. I'm never. I stopped being YouTube's priority for a long time. You, as a viewer, are YouTube's priority. You are the one responsible for making YouTube sell ads, and that's how YouTube make their money. And so however long you stay in the video, that's how great that video does. Right now, my out of 10 minutes, my watch time is about 1 to 2 minutes, right? It means that and I understand that not everybody has the time to watch an 8-minute video or a 2 or 10-minute video. But watch time is everything, man. Everything on the channel. And so if you'd like to support the channel, and you can't do it by becoming a member, the best way you can do that is by watch time. Like just watching the entire video. Even if you're just watching the video for one topic and that topic is past, let the video play. that's the best thing you can do. Like just watch the video and okay, I already got what I needed from this video. Let the video play to the end. And that's how the video grows, because it says, hey, there's this video left this viewer here for a longer period of time. And so that means that other viewers can watch this video. And so YouTube says, hey, okay, you stayed here for a little bit of time. Let me see if other people stay here. And so what they do is they push that video and they make a lot of impressions, and that video grows because of it, right? And so thank you so much to Frost. Let me see here. Thank you, Frost, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you so much. Hey, man, do you have a Patreon or anything? I'd like to drop some support without YouTube getting their cut. I do. I just started a Patreon, but I'm too shy I'm too shy to share it. I just started a Patreon, but I've been too shy to share it, which is it's who I am. Like, I just started a Patreon, but I've been too shy to share it. Like, because I don't like asking people for anything, you know. Let me get that address for you. Patreon. I know I need to do better with stuff like that. I know I need to improve and to you know, I think it's somewhere around here. Is this the one? Yep, that's the one. Let me does it have a link to share? So this is the Patreon. You can tell it has all the new logos and everything on it. I just started it. I just started the Patreon, but I don't, you know, I've been to, I'm like, I mean, maybe I should start a Patreon, you know. And the reason why I started a Patreon is because I've had creators. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's hilarious. I've had other people ask me for a Patreon because they like to support the channel outside of YouTube. Yeah, YouTube takes a big cut. YouTube takes a large cut, man. So yeah, if you go to Patreon, you search for Mike Odyssey, you're gonna find my channel here. I do have a Patreon, so just search for Mike Odyssey on Patreon. And so yeah, this is the one here. I do have Patreon, so I appreciate your support. Thank you for the super chat and for also asking about the Patreon and giving me the the floor to talk about the Patreon. I guess I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you. But yeah, guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and try to, you know. I appreciate everyone, every mod, every person who I've collaborated with, who support the channel, who supported this vision of the channel, right? Because I just appreciate you guys more than you know. I hope you guys enjoyed the IndieWorld showcase today. Let me see if did they add the game. I'm gonna download that game. I think that the Find Your Seat one, which is crazy. The Find Your Seat one. I Joyce. Yeah, Joyce. Yeah. Thank you, Joyce, for your support as well. You've been awesome. $4.99. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, Mike got a Patreon, yo. I did. I opened the Patreon recently. I don't know how I have already 2 people on it. One post. Because I've never shared this before. But yeah, I just started this Patreon. I don't know how Patreon works. You guys can lead me on it. If you are a big Patreon person and you know a lot about Patreon, you guys tell me what you want. If you want extra content, on Patreon, I can do that as well. I can do that. I gotta play around more with Patreon just to kind of says join. You can join for free, and then we have membership options here. We have like a $2 a month one, a $5 a month one, and then we have a $10 a month one. And this was already out there with they put this on there. So you can start joining for free, and then if you want to upgrade to, and we have a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's different tiers that you can support. I can make maybe a Patreon only podcast, right? Maybe that could be a thing, right? Patreon only podcast. You guys give me ideas. Patreon only gameplay. I don't know, like a gameplay to playing games together with my Patreons, something like that, right? I can do anything you guys. If you guys want to see content, you guys tell me what type of content you want to see. I will. I promise you guys, I'm there for you. I'm there for you. And we'll come up with some fun stuff because I know Patreon. There's tiers, and by tiers you add some things, right? And so, maybe on one of the tiers, one of our Patreons could pick a podcast. You guys could pick a podcast, like theme, like a topic, right? We have we can do our main topic and our Patreon topic, and then you guys could pick a topic in the podcast, and then that could be also an incentive. So I mean, there's a lot of things we could do. I'm still new at it, so hopefully you guys join. Then I will really appreciate it. Of course, we'll do the shout outs on the YouTube channel as well. That's a staple. And yeah, and also for those of you who are joining the memberships as well, because I understand there's people who like to stay in one platform, and so that's why memberships are there. So if you like to join memberships, you can also do so for 99 cents a month, and that also supports the channel, right? So what's this? All right, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Remember, indie games is where it's at. That's where discovery is made. I'm telling you, we're not just a Nintendo channel anymore. We are not just a Nintendo channel anymore. We are also an indie supporter channel, indie game supporter channel. I'm going to do the indie spotlight where I'm going to share indie games with you guys available on Nintendo Switch. Top 10 indie games on Switch, right? Because I know that a lot of you have Nintendo Switches. I'm also going to recommend and give away little mini gaming PCs so that you guys can download Steam and buy and play indie games, because there's so many indie games on Steam that are just crazy awesome and so good, right? Steam is that sleeping giant that one day will take over everything, just because the community and the games found on Steam are just fantastic. And I was missing out for so long, and man, Steam is now part of my daily gaming life. Daily gaming life. Just because it's the number one place where indie games live. Number one place. Right? The price, yeah, Sarah, you're right. The games are the prices are phenomenal too. The prices are incredible. The sales, they have sales all the time, right? If you can't afford the $80 Nintendo games, trust me, you'll find an alternative to Mario. You'll find an alternative to Donkey Kong. You'll find an alternative to any other first party game on the indie sphere, and of course the prices are on your side. They're just great, and you can have as much fun. If you guys want to see a video that way, I can make a video on the top 10 indie games, side by side with their counterpart. So, what's that big indie game that is most like Mario? What is that that indie game that is most like Splatoon? What is that big indie game that's most like your favorite franchise, like Pokemon? I can make a video and give you guys 10 of what's the indie game that's most like Metroid, and so on, and that way expand your video game world and maybe make you fall in love with another franchise out there that is also just as good, right, as the one you love. So yeah, Power World is just like Pokemon, or if not it's Pokemon with another world with another name. That's hilarious. That's funny. Thank you guys. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here, for spending time here at the Odyssey. If you just got here, rewind the stream. We talked about a lot. We enjoyed the indie showcase. It was very short, but we broke it down. It was fun, and there are a lot of games out there that I want to try out. Nintendo sued them, I think. Yeah, they got sued. Thank you guys for everything. You guys have been more than amazing. I appreciate you more than you know. I was gonna make a video of recapping the direct today, but it was so short. I don't think it needs a video. You guys can watch the 15-minute presentation. You guys can watch the 15-minute presentation on the YouTube channel, on the Nintendo channel. It was just so short, right? It doesn't need a shorter version of it. It's already short enough. So, all right, thank you so much for everything. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. I got a Patreon. I hope to see you all over there soon. And then I want you guys to let me know what you want me to do on Patreon. Now, I'll do anything you guys want over there. And we'll have fun. All right, let me go ahead and share with you guys the video and the outro. Never give up. Journey on.
Wake the world, we're live on air. Truth and power everywhere. From pixel dreams to indie gold. Stories waiting to be told.